Clock in, clock in. Black Gotta just walked in.
Bring my bread right now. Bring my money, nigga. Bring my bread right now. Don't be late. Bring my bread right now. Bring my money, nigga. Bring my bread right now. Why they hate? Ese es culo para atrás. Better that's all right now. Bring my bread right now. Bring my money, nigga. Bring my bread right now.
Team Black Gotta stand up, man. Yo, right now we finna get into this video with Quando Rondo, and every Crip responded to him dropping the flag. Now, I'm not too big on the game knowledge, but like, how do folks be feeling like that? Like, can you even do that? Is that even possible? I need to know in the comments below. Like, or do you have to be at some certain level to even be able to say something like that and still be respected and taken back in? You feel me? And can you say something like this and still come back to the set, or is that a no-go? You feel what I'm saying? But if you ask me, it look like Quando Rondo found his way back to the squad, or he found his way back to a selected few, because I know it's a bunch of branches of the same organization. You feel what I'm saying? Like, it's a bunch of branches, so you ain't technically gotta mess with this blue side. You got your own little blue side, and everybody around here respects you. And I see that's what's basically going on in the world. I be hating to hear that, oh, such and such is not a real blood. Like, how? He just in a whole nother side of the world. I thought this branched all over the world. You feel what I'm saying? Now, y'all let me know in the comments. I really don't know. You feel what I'm saying? But I don't think you just have to be in one specific spot and you the only real ones. Dang, how did it branch out? You feel what I'm saying? How did people even get locked up, go to prison, and be like, yo, we finna put you down? Like, why is y'all even allowing that? Somebody please explain in the comments. But let's get into this video of everybody warning Quando about dropping that flag.
I'm real heavy, like, on cripping, period. I'm gonna do that to the day I die. Sometimes I ask the Lord, when I be asking the Lord for forgiveness, first thing pop up in my head is, why I can't stop being no crip, though.
Ain't no way. Ain't no way your stupid ass said that, boy. You slow. Oh my God. Ain't no way you said that. Small face ass boy. Oh, you just reneged on your word, boy. You dropped that mug. You feel what I'm saying? We ain't gonna act like you ain't drop it, fam. You dropped it. You probably picked it back up, but you just dropped it.
You feel me? That's the first thing that popped up in my head. Like, that's just something out, you feel me?
What it do, Rizzle fam? You know, ever since Quando Rondo lost his brother, Lil Pab, he ain't been the same. He's having a pretty difficult time coping with the loss. And that's made him think twice about his gang affiliation and the choices he's made in the past. Quando wants to leave the gang life behind now, but it's really not that simple. You see, ever since Quando hinted at dropping the flag, he's been warned by the Crips, and it's been made more than clear to him why he should not do it. So what do the Crips really have to say about Quando's big decision? Okay, so news broke that Quando Rondo's dropping the flag. Or, in other words, Quando's leaving his gang behind. He no longer wants to be a part of the Rollin' 60s Crips, and that's it. The reason why Quando no longer wants to be involved in the gang life is not just because of all the people that he lost recently, but because of his personal struggles, too. See, first, Quando ended up in a hospital after he had some sort of health issue that he did not share on his social media. The only thing he did say was this post on his Instagram story that said, "Pray for me, into hospital, fighting for my life, broken heart emojis, praying hand emojis, if you clean." We can only assume that he had some issues with codeine addiction or something like that. Luckily, he made it out of there. He's been doing better now, but this is only the beginning of all the struggles he's been going through. A week or so later, his homeboy Fendi was targeted and killed. On August 18th, Fendi was gunned down on the streets of Savannah. Phoenix Odom, aka Fendi, lost his life from a single gunshot wound on West 38th Street. Then, the infamous incident in LA happened where Quando Rondo and his homeboy Lil Pab were targeted in front of a gas station near Beverly Center Mall. Quando and Pab were visiting in LA, most likely for making a track or filming a video or something.
What did Quando them boys get into? Oh my God. Don't tell me this still about that dirt situation, cause boy, they done got into it with some vicious people, fam. Like, what's really going on?
Like that, they were just driving around, decided to pull up to a gas station, fill the tank up, and after Quando Rondo left Pab alone in their SUV, he started walking toward the gas station, and at that moment, another car pulled up to their SUV and started firing shots at their car. Since Quando wasn't near, he didn't suffer any injuries.
Whoa. That's crazy. Like, was bruh asleep in the car? Like, bruh, it's rules to this street life, you feel what I'm saying? And you don't necessarily gotta even be in the streets to follow these rules. Like, if you having any type of motion, especially if you know there's people that may not like you wherever you at, bro, Everybody should be on point at all timings. You should be at point. On point. I mean, you feel me? Like, we shouldn't even be stopping at the gas station sundown. Period. Everything gassed up before the sun go down. Unless we pulling up to the gas station deep. Other than that, we can't be moving like nowhere.
Pab did suffer multiple wounds, and even the paramedics couldn't bring him back to life. Lil Pab, one of Quando's closest friends and someone that he considered a brother, passed that sad, sad day. There's no official story yet to confirm who the hitters were, but everyone suspects that it was gang-related, especially since it's no secret at all that Quando Rondo didn't check in that day when he got to LA. And not checking in once you're a gang member, it's a huge L, bro. You gotta pay credit where credit's due. For all we know, Quando and his friend Pab may have been tipped off even back at the airport. This video explains the situation clearly.
Well, you know what it is now, and just going a little bit on what Bimmy said and what you were just saying is that the youngsters get out and then they have to have an experience before they realize I should have checked in. You know what I mean? Or I should have called, or I should have been moving a certain way. And so they get out, and they might be under your banner, but then they not respecting the banner. They ain't calling you. They got your number, they know who you is, but they feel like they bigger than the program. You know, and you got a lot of dudes, like when I was here last time, they claim my neighborhood that's in this music shit, but they don't work with us until it's a problem. Then they call them. Like Quando Rondo. I just showed Envy. Like, you can't call me now. You can't call me when the fire hot. You didn't fuck with me before that. You had my number, you could have called me, you could have did all that. But he was around about, but how is that fair to me? How is that fair to our team?
People from LA all know what's up.
You know, that's wild though, cause like, just even when the situation with him dropping his flag, whatever the case may be, the same people that was saying he's not even a real Crip is saying he can't drop his flag. You were just saying he was fake. Now he can't draw his flag. What is it? Can you tell us the truth, please?
Cost of doing gang work. When you coming out here, know that gang members work at these airports, hotels, and make you as soon as you touch down at LAX, especially if you out of town banger. Here's the deal with that.
Y'all niggas working at the airport? Oh, them boy got strategic.
How these people operate is once you call, you owe them security and flight. Regardless of who did the hit, the damage has been done. And there's not much more to be said. Quando made a huge mistake, and he had to learn his lesson the hard way. As I've already briefly mentioned at the beginning of this video, ever since the LA incident, Quando ain't been the same. He's been grieving a lot on his IG stories. Because of Pab's death, Quando now wants to cut all ties he ever had with the Crips. See, we all got around this news because Quando Rondo decided to hop on his social media and share his thoughts with everybody. He wrote 2 long messages explaining what he's got on his mind and what he's planning on doing. The first IG story said, "Fuck everybody, I mean that shit. I f with a select few people in my circle, super tight. I f with Lil D, Trench, Los, Sirio, Big Dude, and Lil Tim. It's too much going on. Yo, many fingers pointing to many people talking behind my back. I got too much weight on my shoulders. I'm standing on all 10. I love Pab like as f, but I'm not going to Cuz' funeral cause I know where me and Cuz stand at." Then he wrote another Instagram story, and this one explains in more detail about the gang situation. "I'm not jump out gang either, ain't no loyalty in this. I'm my own man, I laid my flag down, I'm not NH, y'all ain't gonna ride for a dude for real. It's no sense of me being a part of y'all's y'all with the opposition. I don't give a who feel hit you, and if you can't feel where I'm coming from on this, you a bitch ass, cause I don't take rocket science to see what the going on. Everybody already hate me. I ain't."
Why you reading it like that, bro? Stop. Oh my God. You finna make me lose my mind.
Tripping on the extra hate. I'm about to focus on my family. Jeez. There's a lot to be said about these 2 rants coming from Quando Rondo. Let's kick it off with the fact that a lot of people found this to be nothing but a foolish move. He publicly made the entire camp look bad. think about it, this is worse than any attempt at disrespecting an opposing street camp. To say that Quando's post made a social media wildfire would be an understatement. See, now he's got Crips coming his way from all sides. One of the guys who saw the rant was Jay Stone. Jay Stone is an LA rapper and is someone rooted quite deep in the Crips gang life. He wanted Quando Rondo about how the street business goes. He used his Instagram to say this to Quando: "You can't drop your flag and say you not NH no mo. Go to the hood and get yo put off. Don't cry now, we lose homies all the time. Not everybody gonna ride. You was a goofy internet banger anyway." Everyone knows that leaving a gang isn't that simple. The fans especially. Once you NH, you NH, my boy. Better go to your hood so they can put you off. It's never pretty. One thing about the game, it ain't that easy to get out. Julio Fulio also saw what was going down with Quando. He too had a message for Quando's decision to drop the flag. He called Quando out on his Instagram saying, "Dog, homeboy died in Cali. He trying to squash beef and throw his flag in. It's too late for that, nephew." The part that Quando doesn't seem to understand is that you just can't go around claiming that you're gang and then turn your back on those same people once you suffer a loss. Being hurt and losing your close ones is part of that lifestyle. Unfortunately for Quando, just leaving when it gets bad is not how the gang life works. All the hate that he's been talking about in one of his 2 Instagram stories is because in his songs he claims that he's a stepper, someone who threatens others, someone who rides for his brothers, or for better or for worse. One could agree that he made his career rhyming about gang life. His lyrics have always been G-code related, so now when it's time to stand up and go through the bad times in life, he wants to quit. It's like he never meant any of the things he talked about in his music. Fans see nothing worthy of respect in that. Let's also go over some things that Quando talked about in the post. See, he also lied when he said that he couldn't attend Pab's funeral. In his post, you could clearly see that he said he wouldn't go to Lil Pab's funeral, yet he was seen at Lil Pab's funeral just a couple of days ago.
I ain't gonna lie, when he did that, that was probably one of the smartest things he could do, because he gonna announce that I ain't going, but in all reality, I'm going. So if you coming out there to look for me, you ain't gonna know I was there until I'm already gone. You feel what I'm saying? So that was a smart move of him to do. But did he plan to do that, or he just ended up doing it? I don't know.
Not just that, he was seen carrying the coffin alongside his homie Lil Tim, who saved his life. Perhaps he said that in one of his posts, thinking that his ops wouldn't come to the funeral for him. Maybe he actually didn't plan to go to the funeral, but cracked under pressure. We can't say for sure though. One thing is for certain, Quando saw all the posts that were meant for him. He also had something to say in response to those, possibly to the post of Jay Stone. This was his reply: "Before you go talk about another dude, sit back and think like I don't even got 200 bands, cause you need way more than that to stand with me. Get in my way, I'ma knock you down, simple, no cap." To make matters even more confusing, now he's sending threats again, even though he just said that he's through with gang stuff. Is he still about that gang life, or does he want out? We can't really say at this point. Quando Rondo seems to be contradicting himself at every step of the way.
Well, I don't think he's necessarily contradicting himself in this situation. I feel like he's just moving away where people can't calculate his moves. Now, if he's doing it on purpose, smart dude. But if he's doing it on accident, you're still slow as hell, but you're doing smart things. You feel what I'm saying? Like, I feel like your every move does not need to be calculated, and don't everybody need to know how you move, think, and what your next move is. Period. You feel what I'm saying? So if he's doing it on purpose, smart thing to do once again. If not, you slow as hell. But y'all let me know how y'all feel about this in the comment below. I'm about done with that. Clock out, Black Addy. Just walked out.